Want to talk about it?
I do. So when that first call comes in.
So what?
So when that first call comes in.
Yeah, don't push that away.
Okay.
When the first call comes in.
When the first call comes in, and it's like the most crazy scenario you can think of, and it kind of gets you off track.
You can give us as much as you want to, but a little basis of understanding. Are you a dog catcher?
No.
We're just playing with you. What kind of stuff is coming to you? Are you the problem solver?
I am a problem solver. Actually, I have a plaque on my desk that says chaos coordinator. So,
well, we're not unhappy about you being assigned the label of chaos coordinator, because do you know what you knew that you were going to do when you came into this physical body? You knew that you were going to create clarity from chaos. Now stay with us. This is really important. You know what makes chaos? Chaos comes to you when you try to think your way out of a situation. Because everything you think about has these vibrational tentacles that remind you of something, remind you of something, remind you of something, remind you of something, remind you of something. When you try to think your way out of something, when you try to solve a problem with somebody by talking over the issues and talking out of it, it just activates all that stuff, and it makes it so cluttered that nobody can see what's going on. This is why we want to ask you to feel your way, to feel your way. So we want to hear more from you, but you've led us right into our favorite thing that is really new, that we're just saying recently. Those of you who've been listening to us on the broadcast or even at the last seminar in San Antonio, this is the thing that we are saying because so many of you are at this place of wanting to understand this. You know how we were saying it's not perfectly clear even what word is on the other side of grief. If you ask someone what they want, usually they'll tell you more about what they don't want. And if you try to pin them down to give you more specifics about what they do want, they are usually tongue-tied. They usually cannot give you more specifics about what they do want. They are so aware of what they don't want. We were in Amsterdam a few months ago. A woman on the stage had had a bad relationship, wanted a new one, had found somebody she thought she wanted. And as she was talking to us about it, we asked her to give us some description about what she wanted. And she said, happiness, fulfillment, fun. And we said, too vague. She couldn't be more specific. She had a sort of general idea, but she hadn't thought about it or focused about it or felt it enough that there was any true point of attraction of what she did want. And so then when we realized where we were at with this, we said, well, talk to us about what went wrong with that last relationship. You should have heard the specifics that she had. Almost couldn't slow her down. Oh boy, the audience is laughing and relating, but too vague about what you do want. Whoa, very prolific in language about what you don't want. And so the next day, as Esther was getting ready, it was a 2-day workshop, and as Esther was getting ready to be ready for all of you, she was doing what she always does. She writes a focus wheel to sort of line her up, to make her realize the fabulousness of a gathering like this. And Esther was writing, it's like a focus wheel. She puts a me now, she'll put in the center, or right now, or today, or Atlanta. And then she'll just make some statements around it. And as she sat to do that, back behind the curtain before it started, the day after the first day of Amsterdam, she was writing a word and another word and another word, and we said, too vague. Ooh. She knew what we meant because she had had the experience of the day before. And now she was doing the same thing, but she didn't have to because she knew. And so then she began writing more. Ooh. I love the feeling of being behind the curtain and listening to the chatter of that happy crowd. Every now and again I hear a whoopee or a, hey, I didn't know you were coming, or an exhilarating cry out. In other words, she began describing in detail what it is like to stand here with all of these brilliant thinking, asking for, attracting people. and sort out not just where they are, but where they want to be, and watch them follow the through line and feel that feeling of clarification as it comes. Oh, Esther wasn't vague anymore. In other words, if there's anything that Esther could write on and on and on and on and on about, it's how wonderful it feels to her in so many ways to get to do this, you see. And so you did that about the drive to work. So what would you want to say now? Not when you first sat down to ask this question. What do you want to say about your value at that place where you can feel your way to solutions? You do it all the time. Remember, you have to be predisposed. So you have the plaque that says what?
It says chaos coordinator.
Chaos coordinator. So that's your label. We're going to give your label a definition. I poke around and become aware of the chaos. And in the launching of that rocket, in the knowing what we don't want, I launch all kinds of rockets of what I do want. And my inner being knows what they all are. And the way I coordinate the chaos is by looking for, identifying, isolating the feeling of calm, clear resolution. And when I focus myself into that feeling, then clarity comes to me. That's how it works every time. That's how it works every time. So most people, frankly, are just bowled over by the constant chaos of their life. Constant chaos. Sometimes it's just coming at you so fast you just can't even hardly catch your balance or your breath. Every day Esther does some processes, and one of them, it wasn't a process that we offered to her. It was a process that a friend of hers who had been a part of AA says that she does. It's acceptance. And so Esther thought, oh, I can do acceptance. I think I would like to think about what I accept. And by that she meant, from what she'd heard from her friend, it's accepting things that might be a little hard to accept. First thing Esther writes is her age. Quite a while she was gaslighting as she wrote it. But after a while, she started saying things like, I accept, I embrace how long I've been on the planet in this body, playing with all of the people that I have and am playing with. And then she'll write, I accept that contrast is a good thing. And I accept that self-interest, everybody's got it. And it really matters. Self-interest is real, and it's a good thing. And I accept that there's nothing really serious going on here. And I accept that things are always working out for me. And I accept that in every particle of the universe there's wanted and unwanted. And I accept that the law of attraction is real, and that it's responding to me, and that I'm presenting myself to the field of attraction, and it's doing its thing with me. No, it's doing my thing with me. It's doing my thing with me. It's doing to me what I've presented to it. It's not a clearinghouse. It's not my mother. I'll fix that for you. It is giving me exactly what I am presenting, and now that I know that, I can present myself more deliberately. Yeah.